We are going to talk about a WIP report today, and the WIP, or a work in progress report, is such an important aspect and tool that you can use in your business. And so we're actually going to take 3 weeks to go over the WIP. So we're going to have three different parts to this. The first part that we're going to talk about today is who needs a WIP, why is it important, who's asking for it. So we're going to get down to the overview of why we believe it's so important and for you to use in your business. So the WIP is a work in progress schedule. It's going to show all the jobs that you are currently working on. There could also be a part of the WIP that shows completed jobs as well. So it's going to look at over and under billings and help identify a project that could potentially be heading over budget. So this is going to be a really helpful tool to you, the owner, as well as your project managers, and determining if you're on track with your budget and your projects. It's also going to keep from having big financial swings in your financial reporting. So it uses the percent complete method of accounting and allows us to match revenue with expenses. And when we're not accurately matching revenue with expenses, you could have 1 month or 1 year that has a huge profit, and then the next month or the next year has a huge loss. And so you really want to be able to prevent those huge swings in your business. So it is for contractors that are using a percent of completion method in accounting and have projects that overlap reporting periods. So if you're a contractor that does projects that are only a day long, or maybe they're only a week long, this probably isn't as useful of a tool for you. It's going to be those projects that span over several months, that are relatively large, and could end up in multiple reporting periods. So there are several external parties that have a vested interest in your company's financial performance, and they really rely on the accuracy and timeliness of your financials. So they may include your bank or lender, bonding agent, surety, potentially a GC or an owner of a project, and they are going to potentially ask for this WIP report and rely on it to determine your financial stability and ability to be able to complete their project. So it could be that at the bank, you're trying to increase your line of credit. This can be used so that you can increase your bonding capacity. So it's kind of like one in the same, what your bonding agent and your bank is going to request from you. So you can do both of those things, increase your line of credit potentially and increase your bonding capacity. The bank is going to want to make sure that you are managing your project successfully and that you're able to handle the cash demands of your business. If you were to max out that line of credit, are you going to be able to handle it and pay it back? So the risky nature of the construction world requires a need for some backup sources of capital when cash flow is tight. There is a lot of cash required in the business, especially to handle labor and purchases of materials and the lag of payment from your customers. So surety is going to depend on the reliability of the internal financial statements and the WIP report. And they're going to use the WIP to really look at if there's profit fades and gains going on, evaluate your billing practices, and review the company's backlog. So it's super important, not only for you to use this tool, but it's also something that those third parties are using as well. So your daily in LA today is to evaluate your WIP reporting process, your WIP report in general. Maybe you don't have one. And if you believe you need a WIP or you don't necessarily feel confident in what you're reporting and that it's accurate, please give us a call. Shoot us an email, 816-207-2759 or info@newlifekc.com, and we'll be glad to help you. Next week, we're going to talk about part 2 of the WIP and what all goes into creating the WIP report. So we will talk to you then. Thanks.